back to the two questions most pastors ask on Sunday afternoon. How's the offering? What am I going to preach on next Sunday? And there was a third question, which is how's attendance? Okay, so that one, I'll just throw that one in. So I want to create something. We want to create something that can actually help you with both of those questions. We want to create something and offer it to you that is a way to increase your offering and at the same time help you get ahead in your sermon prep. Okay, so here to do that, what we're going to offer is something called the Timeless Series. So I've mentioned this giving series over and over again. So what is the Timeless Series? Timeless is a 3-part sermon series on giving provided to you via a digital download. So you would purchase this, it would come straight to you, and what you would have is you would have 3 complete sermon manuscripts for you to take, and you could preach the manuscripts right from where they are, or you could make them your own. In fact, you really should make them your own. So we would send you 3 complete sermon series. It would also include the graphics that you're seeing here below. Then there's a couple of teaching videos from me that kind of overviews the series and then overviews each 3 parts of the series. So let me go a little bit further and tell you a little bit about what you get in the sermon series. You can go to the next slide, Aaron. There you go. So here's what you're going to get. You get 3 complete message manuscripts ready for you to preach. Sermon outlines, it's word for word, and again, you can add your own examples, make it your own, all of that. You get the series logo and graphics. You just saw that as well. And so what you'll get is you'll basically have a sermon series already packaged for you with the logo and the graphics. The logo and the graphics are important because then we'll send you email and social media templates for you to use to help promote the series. And we're doing a series on Timeless. Now, here's why we're calling it Timeless and not the series on giving, okay? If you call it the series on giving, attendance will probably go down, okay? So what we're trying to do is we're trying to package this in terms of an overarching bottom line. So the overarching bottom line of this series is this, that in a trendy world, the best things in life are timeless. In a trendy world, the best things in life are timeless. So, for example, let's take technology. I mean, how many of you, had an old, you thought you bought a phone and, oh, it was awesome, but now, 8 months later, it's already out of date. Or you look at the clothes you were wearing 5 years ago and you think, how did I possibly wear that? Or you look at old pictures of you and you think, how did I possibly wear my hair that way? But that was the trend. We live in a world of trends, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But at the end of the day, we want to make sure that our lives are leveraged not for trendy, but for timeless. So the first part of this series is just about introducing that tension, and we talk about eternity in heaven. And we talk about what's at stake, that how you live your life now actually matters. And we talk about heaven and eternity, and all that's in series number 1. But then in message number 1. But then in message number 2 and 3, we get specifics in how to give, because giving is an extraordinary way to make sure that your life stands for something more, and that you invest your life in something. As Jesus said, don't invest your life and your money in things that rust and moth and decay can eat. But store for yourselves in heaven treasures in heaven that none of that stuff can touch. Okay, so that's where this Timeless series is going. So 3 complete message manuscripts ready for you to preach, series logo and graphics, email and social media templates for you to use to help promote the series, overview videos walking you through the series, each message outline. So I'll basically say, here's where we're going, I'll outline for you in a much more detailed way. Here's the overview of the series. Here's the goal of the series, which, by the way, the goal of the series is to increase automated giving. And then I'll walk you through each one of the message outlines for you to be ready, so that you can take the outlines and be ready to make them your own. And then if you get stumped, all you got to do is email me when you have a question. And that's part of what I would encourage you to do. If you get stumped, you're like, hey, I'm not sure what this means, and you just email me and I'll respond back to you. Now, let me stop here and says, Gary asked, when is the best time of year to preach on giving? It's a great question. And Nina, you asked, do you preach on this in consecutive weeks? Absolutely. 1, 2, 3. So it's the first 3 weeks of October, if you will. First 3 weeks of April. Gary, I would tell you there's not a terrible time to teach on this, but I wouldn't pick the summer, obviously. I think maybe first quarter is great, but I like the fall. I like the fall, and the reason I like the fall is you're trending toward the end of the year, you're trending toward Christmas, and it's people go haywire with spending on Christmas, and you could say, hey, before you start spending all that money on Christmas, let's prepare financially for that. And so I think first quarter or third quarter are pretty good times to speak and preach on giving. So hope that helps.